Alright, and we are back. Just finished Galaxy News Radio in the last episode, and now in this episode we're going to be taking on scientific pursuits. And that's where we head into Rivet City in pursuit of our dad. We're getting pretty close now. Only a few more locations left until we actually find him, hopefully. First thing we're going to do is head outside, and we're going to teleport to the Farragut West Metro Station. Once we've arrived, we notice quickly that there's a little scuffle going on between some raiders and super mutants, so we're going to quickly try to take care of them as best we can. Oh, looks like one of the raiders is already dead. Okay. Now we gotta deal with the super mutants. And these guys can be tricky when you're on the low level, especially super mutant brutes. They take a lot of damage. Good thing I got my trusty dusty Protectron's gaze ready to protect me. We even get some random Talon Company merc joining the fight. I don't know where they came from. But anyways. One super mutant down. Alright, and that's both taken care of. Perfect. Now if you notice, you look down here, there's like a little raider stash area. You can find a couple of first aid kits as well as some ammo, so that's a good little place to find right away. And we also find another dead raider. Now we're going to be heading towards the southeast for quite a while until we get to Rivet City, because I remember Three Dogs said we have to follow the river and then we can't miss it, so just got to keep going this way until we get there. Now this location coming up right there, that's the... Oh, actually, maybe I'm in the wrong spot here. Or no, it's right there. Yeah, the Anchorage War Memorial right there in the middle. That is one of the random chance encounter locations where you can get the Fire Lance, the unique alien blaster with fire effect. I'm not going to be going there right now, but it would be nice if I could get that on this playthrough. That would help me out a lot. We're going in to save this wasteland captive. Gotta take care of this super mutant. Pretty easily dispatched. Not too bad. And then on the table we find the Keller family transcript, 5 of 6. And that's going to be used later on for a special vault door with a special weapon in it. I accidentally clicked the wrong option on that, so I had to go back.
I'm alive! Here, I managed to hide this stuff before they tied me up. You take it. It's the best I can do to thank you.
And also here, I didn't mean to take his supplies either. I was gonna let him have it, but I didn't quite read the dialogue. I was just trying to get through it as fast as possible. Now coming up, we're gonna find a couple rad roaches on the ground. Just want to take care of them. Pretty easy. But also, a Mirelurk likes to join the party as well. And towards the War Memorial here is a nice little location we can discover, the Trepid Sewers. That's used for another quest later on. So or the Tepid Sewers, my bad. But anyways, we get to use that later on for another quest, so I just decided I was gonna get it discovered right now so I don't have to find it later. Then we get ourselves a nice level up. Put some points in, energy weapons, keep my pistol shooting strong, and then do everything else. And I decided to go with toughness because that's really what I need right now is a good toughness boost so I can get a higher DT, which is damage threshold for those who don't know. And off to the right here, this is Dukov's place. And I just decided to go right by it apparently, so I'll be discovering that in a later video. And after we've taken care of the raiders, we got a nice little stash point here with some ammo, health, and other amenities that we do need. So that is a good start for this area. Discover a little scavenger's outpost right here if we need to trade or anything like that. And then we're quickly back on our way. Straight ahead we're going to encounter some super mutant resistance and also a centaur, so I want to watch out for that. Now we're back on the way. Rivet City's not too much farther away from here, so we just gotta keep our feet down and keep moving forward. Now directly across this little road here that we're about to cross is gonna be our first major location, which is gonna be the Jefferson Memorial. And that's gonna be a place of importance come after we finish Rivet City. So we're just gonna discover that on the way here, get rid of the super mutants, and that way it'll be safe to proceed when we come back. Alright, now all the super mutants are taken care of in this area. We're gonna be taking a little detour. Rivet City is just up ahead. But we're gonna head over to the left here and kill a few more super mutants as well as save another wasteland captive. Get that nice karma boost as well as chems and first aid items. Alright, now we can loot. You want to make sure you check the gore bags. They do have a good assortment of stuff, such as caps and ammo. This easy lockpick seemed to give me a lot of trouble. I was trying to figure that out. Alright, now we can release the captive. As soon as we get the loot, of course.
Thank you. Whoever you are, thank you. The things they talked about doing to me. Look, I don't have anything to offer you except these supplies. I don't know why they didn't take it. You'd know best, wouldn't you? I have to go. Again, thank you.
Alright, now we can head directly back where we killed that first super mutant. And there's gonna be some chems and ammo over here, as well as a nice place to sleep to recharge our health. That way we can save on stim packs. We also find a book, Lying Congressional. Alright, now we're fully healthed and we're ready to go. And with that, we've discovered Rivet City. We can make our way up to the drawbridge. Making sure there's any loot around. Nope. That guy sitting right there, Carlos, he's a good way to boost your karma if you want to do so.
Please wait while the bridge extends.
Now we just wait for the drawbridge to extend.
Hold it right there. State your business in Rivet City.
Looking for my father.
And who might your father be? If he lives on this boat, I know him.
He doesn't live here. He came to see Dr. Lee.
Dr. Lee, eh? Well, then I guess you'd have to ask Dr. Lee for more information. Go on up, then. She's probably in the science lab. But keep your nose clean, you hear me?
Thanks for the help.
Carry on, then.
Alright, now the science lab will be to the left. As soon as you enter the door, you can see it on the little sign.
Any trouble?
And you're just going to want to head straight back
I do the
until you get to the wall, and then you're going to take a right. And then you take another left. Pretty simple. Now we're going to find this Dr. Lee person and see if she knows anything about our father.
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's daughter, aren't you? What are you doing here?
Wait, how do you know who I am? Have we met?
You were too young to remember, and I suppose James never spoke of me. Typical. I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your parents many years ago. Now I run the science lab here in Rivet City. It was all I had left. When your mother died, your father decided to leave with you. He abandoned our work. We had no choice but to do the same.
Trying to find my father. Have you seen him?
You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there.
Well, I left the vault to look for him.
Did you? I was under the impression that's exactly the opposite of what he wanted for you. Well, you won't find him here. He's come and gone already.
I'm sorry, could you please tell me where he's gone?
Your father insisted that we return to work on Project Purity. I tried telling him too much time has passed. There's no way it would work. Predictably, he refused to listen to me. He says he can prove it will work and headed off to the old lab. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you.
Where is this old lab of yours?
It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here. Please, don't go after him. It was foolish of him to even think about going there alone.
Alright. Have to go now.
Good luck finding your father.
Alright, and if you turn your attention to the right, we find our second bobblehead here, and it's going to be intelligence.
This lab is dedicated.
Inscription on the base reads, "Takes the smartest individual in the room to know there's always more to learn." Our intelligence is permanently increased by 10, so that's good. I mean by 1, sorry.
Dedicated to solving real problems.
Yes.
It'd be pretty nice if it boosted it by 10, and wouldn't have to do much intelligence work after this. Alright, well, with our newly found information, we're going to head back towards the Jefferson Memorial, which is that big, octagonal-looking building we passed with the super mutants on the way here. And luckily for me, I already discovered it, so all I need to do is just fast travel. Just like that, we are here. pretty simple. And we're just gonna head into the little door here, see any unfortunate atrocities that await us. Our first enemy is gonna be a super mutant here on the left. Took care of him pretty easily. And then directly ahead, there's a turret control computer, which I do not have enough science to hack at this moment, so I'm just going to let it do its work, take down the super mutant's health a little bit, as well as the super mutants take his health down, and we'll see who wins the battle. I'm gonna do a little weapon repair while I'm waiting, keep my stuff working good. Yeah, it looks like the super mutant has victory. Not for long, though. Appears to be pretty empty. We found a little bit of loot in that other room, but everything else seems to be pretty vacant. So we're just gonna keep moving forward. We find another super mutant. And we find our last super mutant in this area. Oh, never mind, there's another one. Alright, surely this is the last super mutant now. Now we can safely head into the rotunda. And would you know, there's more super mutants. Just on the console here above, we're going to find 3 Project Purity tapes, and these have been left by our father. And we're going to go ahead and listen to them and see if they contain where he went.
Even in Vault 101, my work on Project Purity never really stopped. Soon after we arrived, my nightly routine included sneaking into the restricted areas, searching for, I don't know, whatever I could find. It was a Voltec facility, after all. The place was built with some of the most advanced technology this country had ever developed. Those excursions never turned up anything particularly useful. So, one night, after half a bottle of scotch, I broke into the overseer's office. It was easy enough to hack his console, gain access to the restricted files. Most of it was garbage. Propaganda, spy reports, just plain rambling bullshit, really. But there was one thing, one name that stood out amongst all the others. Dr. Stanislaus Braun. I knew of Braun's work, of course. He was a celebrity in his day, Voltec's sorcerous scientist, leaving his peers in awe of his technological wizardry. But it was in Vault 101 that night in the overseer's office. I first learned of Braun's involvement in Voltec's societal preservation program and his work on something called GEC, the Garden of Eden creation kit. To be honest, the Gek sounded like pure fantasy, even for someone of Braun's capabilities. It was nothing short of a miracle. A terraforming module capable of producing life from complete lifelessness. But not only was this thing a reality, it was actually distributed to several vaults to be used after an atomic war. Vault 101 was, sadly, not on that list. I did some digging and discovered Braun's name on the reservation list for a Vault 112. I'm no slouch, but this man, he could have easily succeeded where I failed. Does his collected knowledge remain within the halls of Vault 112? Journals, holotapes, computer records, maybe even experiments. If I could gain access to just a fraction of Braun's genius, Project Purity would become a reality. I'm off to Vault 112 to search for anything of Braun's that might help me get this purifier up and running. All I know is that it's west of some place called Evergreen Mills, and it's well hidden in some sort of garage. But I'll find it. I have to. It's so close, but that's the story of Project Purity, isn't it? An eternity of almost theirs. Let's see if Braun has the missing puzzle piece.
And with that, we have finally done it. We have finally gotten the next location to where our dad is, and this is where he's actually at. Of course, providing we get there and then he's not, but I have a good hunch that he is. So now what we're going to do first is we're going to get out of the Jefferson Memorial, and then we're going to fast travel to Vault 101, because that's going to be the nearest location I have discovered to Smith Casey's garage. And then from there, we're going to head straight to Vault 112. And finally, off in the distance, we've discovered Smith Casey's garage. Alright, there it is. Of course, it's like 1 in the morning. It's very dark out. Do see a couple enemies to the left, though. We're gonna take care of them real quick. A couple of mole rats. Alright, now we're gonna head on in. Finally inside, we're gonna peek around. We got another rad roach. We found our first Nuka-Cola Quantum, and I keep that for our later quest we have to deal with. There's also a couple more mole rats to deal with as well. We do find a first aid kit on the wall. Not too much on this table, even though there's tons of junk sprawled out everywhere. We do find a book, Tumblers Today, so that's going to help us with our lockpicking skill, which is good. And once we found everything we want to find, then we can go ahead and flip that switch on the wall there. There we have it. Open this secret little door on the floor. Another mole rat's come shooting out. And there's also another one down the steps here. Alright, with that, we've made it to Vault 112, everybody. And pretty much once we walk in and talk to whoever's in there, we're gonna complete scientific pursuits. So I'm going to be covering that in my next video where we do Tranquility Lane, and that's going to be the next part once we get into Vault 112. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you.